Hey, what's up everybody? It's Russell. So I built this a while back whenever I had one of those cheap little $100 contractor saws. And it did me good. And then I moved up to the Grizzly here. And when I did, there's this hole where the other saw used to be, so I put my chop saw there. Problem is that this is too high to be used as an outfeed table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart, I'm going to cut everything down, and I'm going to put it back together, and then probably in a later video I'm going to make a flip top for the miter saw to sit on so that I can still use it as an outfeed table, and the miter saw won't get in the way as I'm pushing stuff across. So that's the plan. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we'll see. Yeah, so the first step, I guess, to all this is going to be to get everything out of the garage so that we can get it all set up. I've already taken everything off and put it on a shelf over here, so we'll get the table saw and all that stuff out of here and then get this broke down. So basically this is what I did. I just kind of screwed on some supports down there and then put that on top and then just mounted it right on top right there. Just kind of kept it flush with the top. So the next time I want to have a flip top here, and then I'm going to do some dust collection for the miter saw because it's the worst. So what happened earlier is one of these screws got stripped out, right? So I just took a drill bit and drilled out the head. The head popped off, and then I just pulled the wood up over it. So, but now we've got the rest of that screw in there. So we'll just take and we'll clamp our bit down there real good, put it in reverse, and just work that bad boy out. Just like so, and then, you know, don't need that anymore. Just toss it. Yeah, so what I did here is I took and I measured it earlier with this, and then now I just kind of lined it up, and then that's going to make it the right depth plus an eighth for the blade width, shorter than the tabletop here on the table saw. So now I just got to take all of these pegs out here and cut all the vertical pieces down to that size. So let's do that. So I've got everything taken apart and cut down. Now all I gotta do is put it all back together and hope that it goes back together the way it came apart. We'll see. All right, guys. So it's like Thursday now. I started all this stuff back on Saturday. Didn't quite work out like I'd planned it to. Camera quit recording at some point when I was putting it back together, so you missed that. Got some footage of me putting the dados in, which also didn't work out like I planned it to. The top half is good, and the bottom half, they're not even. So when I do the drawers on the bottom later, I'm gonna have to probably put a new piece of plywood on the sides and recut dados or something. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. So we'll take everything out, get it in the driveway, and then I'll kind of show you what's going on. And then we will put everything back on it and see if we can't clean all of this up a little bit, get it organized again, because when you take your only storage device in your garage apart, it gets insane. So we're gonna do that. So let's go. All right, so we'll go ahead and take you down here. All right, let's take a look. So something happened that I wasn't expecting or didn't really plan on. When I shortened it, I'd always been keeping the planer on the bottom there. Obviously I've shortened it, so it's not gonna fit there anymore. Originally the shorter part was gonna be on the top, but when I measured out the saw for the flip top, how much clearance it's gonna need more clearance than what I was gonna have on the bottom. So it's now been reorganized so that the cutoff portion went to the bottom, and I also cut that piece a little too short, so you can see it's kind of pulling that in. So at some point I'm gonna take that piece out and cut a wider piece once I, get around to it. I've got to remount this, which realistically is probably not going to happen today. So over here I've already got some of the tools back in their place. So that's done. I'm actually going to build a little shelf to go. Let's see if we can't get it to focus good. A little shelf to go back here, kind of sit about yay high so that I'm not wasting all of that space that's back there. I'll probably just put a couple dowels in. I got dowel holes drilled back there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So I got the dowel holes, so I'll probably just put a dowel in here, and then I'll just do a pocket hole in wherever the shelf is, securing into there. So yeah, and then I've got to put all of these dowels in and re-put all of those tools in their place, and I'll probably rearrange them from how I had them in the beginning, because I've acquired new tools since I set this up the first time, and I'm gonna do some different stuff with the drawers for, like, screw storage and stuff at some point, which that'll be a video. So yeah, let's get to it. See my halfway attempt at making a dado jig. We'll work on that. We'll make a video. Okay, so here is where I kind of messed up. When I was doing the dados, had my jig here, which was kind of an adaptation off Nick Ferry's dado jig that he did. But honestly, my brain wasn't working that day, and I couldn't figure out how to make it any better, because he had, I think, a 2 or a 2.5 inch, and I wanted a 1.5 inch, and my brain just wouldn't let me, figure it out easily. So this is kind of what I ended up with. So what happened is, as you can see, these holes here are kind of loose. In the process of doing these dados, it kind of slipped, and I never got it fixed right again when I was doing these. So it ended up, these dados aren't the same going up, like I mentioned earlier. So the shelves would be on there crooked. So I think what'll probably end up happening is, when I do go and end up putting the drawers down here, I'll just slap a new sheet of 3/4 ply on there to make it better. I'll probably use this sheet of 3/4 ply, actually, since it's too skinny and it's pulling this board in. I'll probably just rip it down to the right height and put a new sheet there that's wider. So that's probably what will end up happening. I'll, now that I've kind of got a better idea, I'm going to build another jig. It's more accurate. These all worked. I did all those after I kind of got it all honed in a little bit. And I'm probably just going to toss this and make something else though. So that's how that'll go. I think eventually I'm just going to have to end up building a flip top for this, and maybe like my drill press or something. I don't know yet, but that's where I'm at. So everything's on here. I got it all situated for the most part. I ran out of dowels. What are you going to do? I'm not going to the home store right now, so I think I'm done for the day.
Hey, Daddy,
yeah.
Can I help
Y'all
you?
take it easy.
Can I help you?
Alright guys, so after my son helped me stop recording a minute ago, even though I said I was done, I lied. So we're getting off to a real good start here. Off camera, I went through, I cleaned everything up. I put my fold up table, I got all the stuff off of that, and got it folded up. I got this in place. This is pretty much where this is going to live. The flip top will flip up here. We'll have the miter saw. I can flip it back under. Run everything across the saw. Really pleased with how it turned out. It's just wonderful. I might not have to open the door to actually do some woodworking and pull my saw all the way outside, which is great because I've got a little portable AC unit over there. Because I live in Florida and it's stupid hot down here in the summer. So, luckily we're getting into November, so we should be dropping down to the 80s. That'll be good. So yeah, it's good. I like it. I'm very pleased. Still got some stuff to do. Like I said, run out of pegs, so gotta finish putting all those tools there. And is it a little inconvenient? Yeah, a little bit. I've got to slide this out and get to it if I want to get something that's in one of those ones over there. But I've tried to put everything that I use the most kind of over here. And some of this stuff will eventually come out of the side, and there'll be drawers and stuff, and I'll end up doing some wall-mounted things. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Have a good one.